Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Thursday, November 11th, at 8:25 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 667 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Rep. Ilhan Omar says a man who called her office and said tell her I'm going to kill her today has been convicted of threatening lawmakers. Black Lives Matter activists threaten riots if Mayor-elect Eric Adams reinstates NYPD anti-crime units. Alabama boy certified as world's most premature baby. Lobster caught in Maine is insanely rare and she's a beauty. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's son sentenced for stabbing neighbor. Michigan AG says she drank too much at football tailgate. Judge yells at prosecutor during Rittenhouse cross-examination. Ex-Iowa trooper facing federal charge over 2017 traffic stop. Will Smith says that his mom accidentally caught him and his then-girlfriend deep in the throes of reckless lovemaking when he was a teenager. Austin forces cancellation of Veterans Day parade, Governor Abbott, others respond to slap in the face. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. China's leader Xi warns against Cold War in Asia-Pacific, Associated Press. Veterans Day discounts, deals at Walgreens, Kohl's, Staples, Plaza free haircut and car wash, USA Today. Judge Bruce Schroeder's reputation as a tough jurist comes through in Rittenhouse trial, CNN. Jerry Douglas, who starred on The Young and the Restless for more than 30 years, dies at 88, USA Today. Fireball lights up Carolina skies, RAL.com. Elon Musk sells $5 billion in Tesla stock days after Twitter poll, The Guardian. NASA's SpaceX Crew 3 astronauts headed to International Space Station, NASA. Number 1 pick Cade Cunningham and number 2 pick Jalen Green battle in their first matchup, ESPN. Judge again rejects Trump's effort to delay January 6 committee's bid for his White House records, Politico. Prince Harry talks about invisible wounds that exist in the darkness at NYC military gala, HuffPost. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Seth Meyers names the Kellyanne Conway quote that nobody should ever forget. House Democrats move to censure GOP Rep. Paul Gosar over violent video. Judge overturns Texas ban on school mask mandates in blow to GOP governor. Prince Harry talks about invisible wounds at NYC military gala. Jury hears 911 calls made months before Ahmaud Arbery was fatally shot. New York Attorney General releases interview transcripts in Andrew Cuomo harassment probe. Houston police walk back unsupported claims of drugs injected into Astroworld security guard. North America's rarest mammal makes surprise appearance in Colorado garage. Judge okays $626 million settlement in Flint water litigation. Netflix's Single All the Way trailer has holiday hijinks and Jennifer Coolidge. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. St. Louis County responds to 200 car break-ins. Man arrested after joyride in stolen truck. Veteran receives van as thank you for his service. Woman seeks answers in husband's death. Smugglers abandon child at border crossing. Data sheds light on police pointing guns. Amtrak train hits delivery truck and investigation is underway. Woman dressed as delivery worker caught. 3YO receives federal jury duty letters. Parents of son killed open up. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Judge rules Texas schools can't set mask mandates. China's communist elite meet as Xi Jinping seeks to cement his grip. Highlights from NASA's Crew 3 launch to the space station. The secret to a better green salad. It came off creepy. 6 key moments from the Cuomo transcripts. Andrew Cuomo under oath, proud, prickly and often unable to recall. I defended myself, Kyle Rittenhouse tells jurors in his homicide trial. Swift ruling in January 6 case tests Trump's tactic of delay. California businessman is sentenced to 30 years in $1 billion Ponzi scheme. Why wokeness has so many opponents. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Thursday, November 11th. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Labour MP needed wheelchair to get off flight to Gibraltar after drinking with SNP colleagues. Care worker, 32, says he feels betrayed as ban on unvaccinated workers comes into force today. Jerry Douglas of The Young and the Restless has died at 88. Elon Musk sells $5 billion worth of Tesla shares to cover tax obligations. Cleo Smith found, police search for WA girl sleeping bag after she went missing on camping trip. Inside the luxury yacht George and Amal Clooney are using while in the Whitsundays. Drone footage captures moment swimmer comes within inches of a shark close to shore at major beach. Heart-stopping moment girl walks across the top of 30 high crumbling wall of ruined Dorset Castle. I will not be silenced, Israel envoy who is barracked by student mob brands them shameful. Parents of girl crushed by falling fireplace say they complained to landlord but nothing was done. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. Why the WHO is pushing for a global pandemic treaty. Now silent under Taliban, a Kabul cinema awaits its fate. China launches combat drills, dubs U.S. lawmakers Taiwan trip sneaky. Photos show Kenya's drought has left animals starving to death. Prince Harry says he warned Twitter the day before January 6 Capitol riot. Migrant march dwindles in southern Mexico. Cuba accuses U.S. of organizing the new protest demonstrations. Ready for Squid Game Season 2? Creator says it's coming. Migrants trapped in Poland-Belarus standoff? What to know? COP26 Climate Summit draft reveals which fights remain. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. It's our lifeline. The Taliban are back but Afghans say opium is here to stay. Coronavirus news live. Europe COVID deaths rise 10% in a week. 10 U.S. states sue over vaccine mandates. US-China deal on emissions welcomed by global figures and climate experts. There is no normal, what it's like to be a teenager today. Thou House in Africa, the hospital in sweltering Senegal inspired and funded by the Albers. New species of big-nosed dinosaur discovered by retired doctor. Sustainable banger, Jarvis Cocker stars on climate-themed dance track. Here's why I think the Green New Deal is a bad idea. DJ Chakraborty. Meet the inactivists, tangling up the climate crisis and culture wars. Injecting poison will never make you healthy, how the wellness industry turned its back on COVID science. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. SpaceX crew launch marks 600 space travelers in 60 years. After Twitter poll, CEO Musk sells off $5 billion in Tesla shares. Watch, Yellowstone National Park covered in snow. Watch, fog rolls over California peak. California parent gets 6 weeks prison in admissions scandal. Defendant, Ahmaud Arbery trapped like a rat before slaying. Federal judge refuses Trump request to block January 6 records. Capitol rioter who hit officer gets over 3 years in prison. Kyle Rittenhouse defends shootings, claiming self-defense. Key takeaways from Day 7. Man who killed wife, 3 children sentenced to life in prison. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Alec Baldwin film tragedy, crew member sues for negligence. China, northeastern city sees highest snowfall in 116 years. Watch as hot air balloonist breaks world record. Elon Musk, Tesla boss sells $5 billion of shares after Twitter poll. COP26, cautious welcome for unexpected as China climate agreement. Climate change, Iran says lift sanctions and will ratify Paris agreement. Uber sued by Justice Department for overcharging disabled people. The man turning cities into giant sponges to embrace floods. Kyle Rittenhouse, U.S. teen gunman's lawyers seek mistrial. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Spectators watch SpaceX rocket launch from Florida. Fashion highlights from the CMA Awards. After delays, NASA and SpaceX launch 4 crew 3 astronauts to International Space Station from Florida. The Challenge, All-Stars reunites past reality favorites. Chicago cops face suspensions, firings after raiding wrong home and handcuffing naked woman. Texas schools can issue mask mandates, federal judge rules, 900K kids ages 5-11 jabbed in first days of rollout, COVID updates. Kyle Rittenhouse murder trial turns heated, emotional as defense demands a mistrial. Tears 2, yelling and calls for a mistrial, what a dramatic day could mean for the Kyle Rittenhouse murder trial. Vehicle held for teen victim of Houston Festival crush. Georgia man who called police on Ahmaud Arbery describes shocking scene in the street after shooting. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Los Angeles County records first flu death of 2021 to 2022 season. Incumbents in California could face re-election challenges under draft congressional maps. Whittier woman arrested on suspicion of selling fake COVID-19 vaccine cards. Apple computer built by Wozniak and Jobs fetches $500,000 at Southern California auction. Second guilty plea entered in Mac Miller's fentanyl overdose. Group says it has enough signatures to force LA Councilman Mike Bonin recall vote. Sequoia National Park, charred by wildfire, to partially reopen Thursday. Hate crimes increased by 20% in LA County last year. How worried should California be about another winter COVID-19 surge? What we know. What do LA students want most? Mental health help, an adult to listen, reliable tech. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Thursday, November 11th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Tuvalu seeks to retain statehood if it sinks completely as sea levels rise. Australia lobbied UNESCO to remove reference to 1.5°C global warming limit to protect heritage sites. The US and China announced an agreement Wednesday to ramp up their cooperative climate ambitions. Elephant DNA helps authorities make $3.5 million international ivory trafficking bust. Uranium mining bond reinstated in Greenland. France experiencing start of fifth wave of COVID epidemic. Minister. Ireland stops asking pupils to debate whether all gays molest children. China's Evergrande Group officially defaults. U.S. and allies would take action if Taiwan attacked, Blinken. Chile's president has been impeached over the Pandora Papers allegations. China and the U.S. announced plan to work together on cutting emissions. Shell and BP cancel COP26 appearance as analysis exposes fossil fuel lobbyists at COP. Russia's COVID deaths at new daily peak, some hospitals run low on oxygen. Armenian genocide recognition bill passes first reading at UK House of Commons without objections. The Afghan military was made up of ghost soldiers who didn't actually exist, and that's why it collapsed so rapidly, ex-finance minister. The next headlines are from Forbes. Lucas Mecha, the number 9 that could finally fill the void for Germany. General Manager Brian Cashman hints at an active offseason for the Yankees. Blackpink's Lisa and Rose, Addies, Nhypen and Monsta X collect new album certifications in Korea. EWA Dynamite results, winners, news and notes on November 10, 2021. Federal judge tosses out Texas ban on school mask mandates. The Indiana Pacers need better solutions to defend brawny forwards. Mavs Gaming wins lottery, first overall pick in 2022 NBA 2K League draft. Review, Belfast is an intriguing look at childhood sentimentality that struggles to find its narrative footing. We can have retail media networks and privacy, 4 principles. Jian Somi joins Blackpink's Lisa and Rose and IU with her first hit on Billboard's global chart. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Sleeplessness and anxiety, PhD supervisors on toll of COVID pandemic. Cognitive control persistently enhances hippocampal information processing. Dietary palmitic acid promotes aprometastatic memory via Schwann cells. Structures of the HER2, HER3, NRG1B complex reveal a dynamic dimer interface. In situ formation of SNA X species for efficient propane dehydrogenation. Temporal transitions in the postmitotic nervous system of Chinorhabditis elegans I. Self-guarding of MORC3 enables virulent factor-triggered immunity. An optical lattice with sound. Globally resolved surface temperature since the last glacial maximum. Bubble casting soft robotics. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,743,910,032 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Netflix is expanding its appeal to Japanese filmmakers, says Sakamoto Kata exclusive. Jeremy Renner suffers through prison drama. Mayor of Kingstown, TV review. Chris Stapleton and Luke Combs top CMA awards, as Jennifer Hudson and Mickey Guyton steal the show. Jerry Douglas, longtime star of The Young and the Restless, dies at 88. Zoya actor to direct the Archie's comic book adaptation for Netflix exclusive. The Masked Singer reveals identities of the Jester and Pepper. Here are the stars under the masks. MGM courting Jake Gyllenhaal, Doug Liman for Roadhouse remake. Drake opens his own large-scale music nightclub, History, in Toronto. John Legend signs with Republic Records after 17 years with Sony. Disney chief says studio is closely watching how family films play in cinemas as it plots streaming strategy. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Judge rules the governor cannot stop Texas schools from requiring masks. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's son is sentenced for stabbing a neighbor. Human space traveler number 600 is launched into orbit. Boy who was under 1 pound at birth is the world's most premature infant to survive. A crew member files the first known lawsuit over shootings on the Rust movie set. Astroworld's safety plan called for deceased to be referred to as Smurfs. Why low-income countries are so short on COVID vaccines. Hint, it's not boosters. A judge temporarily halts baby powder cancer lawsuits against Johnson & Johnson. How SARS-CoV-2 in American deer could alter the course of the global pandemic. People exposed to lead in Flint, Mich. Water will get a $626 million settlement. The following headlines are from The Week. Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell swap late-night shows, promote movies they haven't seen on Fallon and Kimmel. High school runner pushes her brother in his wheelchair during every race. Houston police chief walks back story of Astroworld Festival guard knocked out with drug injection. At 74, this Kentucky woman finally fulfilled her dream of getting a tattoo. Federal judge overrules Texas Governor Greg Abbott's ban on school mask mandates. Top 8 official says thousands of Afghan refugees are entering Iran every day. Kids care most about education, climate change, new, weak junior, survey finds. Ex-MMA fighter is first person sentenced for assaulting police officer during Capitol riot. Weak junior, survey finds Generation Alpha wants adults to listen more. U.S. and China issue surprise joint climate pledge during COP26, a step we can build on. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Invisible scars. The next headlines are from Universe Today. The sounds of Mars, hear the wind and crunch of rover wheels on the red planet. These are the news headlines for today, Thursday, November 11th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. SpaceX targeting today for Crew 3 astronaut launch. Planet observing is easy, top tips here. Permafrost thaw in the Arctic, in the next 30 years. The next news is from Politico. Trust deficit stalls vaccinations in Eastern Europe, driving new COVID surge. Harris, Macron paper over diplomatic spat with smiles. The climate activists stealing big oil's playbook. Judge again rejects Trump's effort to delay January 6 committee's bid for his White House records. Federal judge says Texas governor's ban on school mask mandates violates Americans with Disabilities Act. Judge okays $626 million settlement in Flint water litigation. California midterm battles await, if only candidates knew where. D.C. officials stew after January 6 prisoners' complaints prompt federal pullout from jail. First round of Florida maps give GOP 1-seat boost. U.S. and China step to forefront as climate talks near endgame. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Man's body pulled from NSW River after witness raised the alarm. Race-by-race preview and tips for Canterbury on Friday night. Orica sees growth into 2022 as miners recover from perfect storm. Cannon smoke and gum leaves mingle on Remembrance Day at the shrine. Going green, a golden opportunity for the Aussie economy, executives declare. I'm going to end up killing this kid soon, father's text before baby boy died. New tolls on horizon for Harbour Bridge and Tunnel, documents reveal. Australia News Live, Victoria records 1,313 new COVID-19 cases, 4 lives lost, NSW records 261 new local cases, 1 death, heavy rain lashes parts of the country. It's all about the Chanel dress, not Coco, at the NGV. Measles will be back after 22 million babies miss their shots, WHO. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. The moneyest, my wife will receive the lion's share. My mother-in-law has 2 daughters, and 3 stepdaughters. What moral duty does she have to them? This holiday travel season will be a challenge. Here's how travelers can prepare themselves. Living with climate change, a Made in America tax credit, what car buyers considering a Tesla, Rivian or other EVs need to know about Build Back Better. IPO report, Lulu's Fashion Lounge prices IPO at $16 a share, at low end of range. Elon Musk has sold roughly $5 billion in Tesla stock this week, and probably isn't done. IPO report, Expensify stock surges after IPO and vote of confidence for rare profitable tech company. IPO report, Rivian Automotive stock soars in trading debut, in the largest IPO of the year. Earnings results, a firm stock surges after company expands Amazon relationship, delivers upbeat earnings. The ratings game, Poshmark shares plunge as analysts express optimism about resale but call quarterly results disappointing. Earnings results, Beyond Meat shares drop 19% on poor quarter, weak outlook. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Nokia reaches 4,000,5G essential patent families milestone, Globe Newswire. Moderna and U.S. at odds over vaccine patent rights, The New York Times. Swampscott Historical Commission announces the opening of the inaugural exhibit of treasures from historical archives, patch.com. Silo Pharma, Incorporated, Management's discussion and analysis of financial condition and results of operations, Form 10-Q, MarketScreener.com. South Florida firm sues Disney for allegedly stealing Star Wars right IP Daily Business Review, Law.com. Lennox resident joins the big board of directors, iBerkshires.com. Apple standing to appeal Qualcomm rulings divides Fed, SER, Bloomberg Law. 4 ways to significantly reduce the cost of obtaining new patents and managing IP, Entrepreneur. Proof of right under the Indian patent law, Lexology. Managing patent risk, why proactive engagement costs less IAM. The next headlines are from Quartz. India's central banker believes the number of crypto investors in the country is exaggerated. Ola still doesn't have a delivery date for its electric scooter 3 months after its launch. Electric truck maker Rivian surpassed GM and Ford in market cap at its IPO debut. Creative types say it's better to be nice than brilliant, here's why. Oat milk. What is climate justice? Time's up for fossil fuels. U.S. inflation is no longer just about used cars. Food deliveries M&A frenzy is just getting started. Beepler is changing the relationship between the artist and the collector. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. Denuvo Games once again broken for paying customers thanks to DRM mishap. Content moderation case study, electric truck company uses copyright claims to hide criticism, 2020. Apple faces yet more right to repair backlash over iPhone 13 screen. Missouri admits it F-worded up in exposing teacher data, offers apology to teachers, but not to journalists it falsely accused of hacking. 7 years after discovering rogue Stingray devices in D.C., the federal gov still doesn't have any idea what to do about it. Daily Deal, Stack Skills Unlimited. The latest version of Congress's anti-algorithm bill is based on 2 separate debunked myths and Dana's understanding of how things work. Infrastructure bill is great for broadband, but still ignores the real problem, monopolies and corruption. Gasp, YouTube shutters account for person committing DMCA takedown fraud. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Wizards. Jimmy Butler. Blake Shelton. Keith Urban. Natasha Bedingfield. Veterans Day deals. SpaceX launch. Michigan basketball. Cotton candy lobster. Veterans Day. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Russia set to make COVID-19 vaccination QR codes compulsory for use of public transport. EU predicts when high energy prices will decrease. Germany says nuclear energy will set back turning EU green. Fashion icon Tom Ford says cancel culture restricts creativity. Reaction to closure of Kiev post once again highlights Western hypocrisy over Ukraine. Latvia warns that NATO could be brought in to defend EU's border with Belarus. Russia comments on allegations of its involvement in migrant crisis on Belarus-Poland border. Japanese plan to invade USSR revealed. COVID-19 panel advises first lockdown in Western Europe in summer. No more 9 woke blacklists, says Cambridge after Hitler accent row. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. China's 6th plenum paves way for Xi Jinping to become emperor for life. Rabo, the Fed is getting flattened, whatever happens now. Baltic states warn of military clash over Belarus' deliberate escalation of migrant crisis. Facebook users unable to find results when searching for Kyle Rittenhouse amid teen's homicide trial. She pushes Biden into political catch-22 with official invitation to Winter Olympics. YouTube hides dislikes following mass downvoting of Biden administration videos. Diddy shares jump on report apps to be relaunched in China. Futures rebound from post-CPI rout as China property stocks soar. UK vaccine mandate may force 123,000 out of healthcare sector. Elon Musk and his brother have sold over $5 billion of Tesla shares in the past week. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Pakistan face Australia in T20 World Cup semi-final, live. 5 members of family killed in air raid on Syria's Idlib. Are U.S. Democrats facing a smackdown in next year's election? Poland-Belarus border crisis deepens, live updates. As Poland repels migrants, locals offer humanitarian aid. The Global South does not need debt, we need climate justice. Dating as a black Muslim in the UK, my identity is important. Poll toll, Musk sells $5 billion of Tesla stock after Twitter survey. Rights body questions if Libya can hold free and fair elections. China, Communist Party passes resolution on history to elevate Xi. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Great Reset Watch, a cashless society is coming. Los Angeles Police Department advises city residents to cooperate and comply with robbers. 26 states distance themselves from NSBA letter targeting parents as domestic terrorists. Report, Senator Joe Manchin could delay Biden's Build Back Better bill until next year. Wet tears 2, LeBron James mocks Kyle Rittenhouse for crying during trial testimony. Procter & Gamble employees push back on vaccine mandate, it's coercion, plain and simple. Bigala, Trump and his GOP death cult are a threat to the nation. CRT co-founder, children should learn U.S. ground is soaked in blood of theft. Exclusive American counterpunch, Governor Greg Abbott touts his state as the land of freedom and opportunity. Missouri school district hires high school students due to short staffing. The next headlines are from UPI News. North Carolina man turns $50 lottery win into $100,000. Watch, highly venomous snake rescued from fishing net. Fox sold to Peruvian family as the dog captured 6 months after escape. Watch, steer spared slaughter after water slide adventure in Brazil. Mystery structure spotted off Florida coast was a heavy lifting barge. Woman runs 95 marathons in 95 days, earns Guinness World Record. Indiana deputy corrals pair of escaped ponies. The following headlines are from Earth Files, updates on Earth and astronomical mysteries. Part 8, Army CIA unit studied the real UFO Blue Book cases. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Watch company give 11 homes to 11 stunned veterans, and you can enter now to win the last one. Why do dogs tilt their heads? Scientists look at what's going on in their minds. Sweat collecting patch inspired by cactus spines eliminates need for diabetics to prick for blood. Teacher shares brilliant band-aid lesson to teach kids about fairness, and it goes viral. Watch Dwayne Johnson give $30K truck to the guy who took him in when The Rock was a homeless teenager. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Thursday, November 11th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Drugs cheaper than food for Lebanon's Palestinian refugees. Man accused of using shovel to attack seagull on Florida beach. Fatty acid found in palm oil linked to spread of cancer. Woman punches her son and steals passengers' cookies on flight from Texas, FAA says. Stole from children, KY attorney sentenced for theft from children of wreck victim. Florida man goes on free shopping spree at Lowe's, arrested. Dancing Florida man nabbed in jewel heist, partner at large. Fairfield rejects Chick-fil-A over traffic concerns. Activists stressed as Squid Game characters target Samsung chairman over coal investments at COP26. 10 Republican-led states sue over vaccine mandate for healthcare workers. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Amazing makes file management simple, especially at this ultra-low pre-Black Friday price. Hide the Pain Herald's new autumn stock photos perfectly capture your dark day blues. No, people don't lie more online, we promise. US wants to stop drunk driving with tech, any tech at all. Elon Musk wasn't actually asking for your opinion on his $5 billion Tesla stock sale. New dark matter theory has a terrifying explanation for the universe's expansion. Tesla's biggest Cybertruck competitor just rolled out the largest IPO this year. Unis are using AI to keep students from cheating and it's a bit creepy. 3 reasons why sodium-ion batteries may dethrone lithium. Meta's ban on sensitive ad categories doesn't spell the end for micro-targeting on Facebook. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Black hole found hiding in star cluster outside our galaxy. Capturing the impact of human sewage on Earth's coastal ecosystems. A personalized exosuit for real-world walking. Reversing new onset type 1 diabetes with pyramid-like DNA, mouse study. When algorithms get creative. Students research UPenn's understanding of upper atmospheric wind. Female bush babies more stressed, may be more vulnerable to changing environment. Zika virus-specific therapy protects the fetal mouse brain. How do we learn to learn? New research offers an education. Spread of Trans-Eurasian languages was due to agriculture. The next headlines are from Information Week. How climate change is changing cyber resilience plans. A Venn diagram is forming through it OT convergence. The IT talent crisis, 2 ways to hire and retain. Skilling up the cybersecurity workforce of tomorrow. Crisis learnings can fuel technology leaders' innovation strategies. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Thursday, November 11th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA SpaceX Crew 3 astronauts headed to International Space Station. NASA to provide coverage of U.S. Astronaut Hall of Fame induction. NASA to host briefing on laser communications demonstration. NASA SpaceX crew 2 astronauts to discuss mission, splashdown. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Mother-in-law apartments are getting easier to build in Salt Lake City, but it's still a tedious process. Nick Sargent, Utah's winter outdoor industry needs more climate action from PacifiCorp. Marion Bishop, I'm an ER doctor, and here's why I'm vaccinating my children. Utah school districts are offering extra pay to attract substitute teachers. Will it work? Appeals court brings back excessive force lawsuit against officer who killed Patrick Harmon. The rundown, let's go, Spencer. Gordon Monson, Izzy's story shows Utah must stop racial bias and hate, now. Letter, maybe we could get Rep. Owens to move to Texas. How this Utah dreamer responds to the ongoing legal challenges to the immigration program. Department of Defense helps staff new St. George monoclonal antibody treatment site. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Google wants to save the planet with satellite images. Discord pushes pause on exploring crypto and NFTs amidst user backlash. Global temperatures over last 24,000 years show today's warming unprecedented. Microsoft is very determined that kids will learn to code using Minecraft. Black holes may gain mass from the expansion of the universe itself. Steam Deck delayed, Valve apologizes. Apple will no longer break Face ID on repaired iPhone 13s. Unity to buy the Lord of the Rings VFX studio at a digital in $1.63 billion deal. 3 out of 4 adults think Facebook is making society worse, poll finds. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Man hit and killed by SUV on West Florissant, SUV fled the scene. Missouri State Treasurer's Office wants to return military medals to rightful owners. Police, missing Illinois 1-year-old could be in Missouri, mother found dead. Mass car break-in trend hits blues fans. Veterans Day starts out rainy with high temperatures in the 50s. Kurt Warner's new biopic highlights long journey of his quick rise to fame, fortune. How to defend yourself against this alarming St. Louis crime trend. Transgender community feels welcome at a St. Louis County gym. Veterans Day events across the St. Louis area. St. Louis County man sentenced for violent horror show involving wife and couple. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Car hits 2 pedestrians near Liberty Station. Free gas among local freebies offered on Veterans Day. AJ Preller, Padres core of players can win World Series, but some pieces needed. Poway unified to keep next meeting virtual after officials reportedly draw death threats. Winter is coming, state leaders work to avoid repeat of last winter's surge in COVID-19 cases. ESA says U.S. isn't cutting enough red tape to get stranded Americans home. Police say resident killed man who was robbing his Oceanside home. Blustery Santa Ana winds, heat raises San Diego's wildfire risk. Watch, wounded pelican returns to wild after care from SeaWorld cruise. County leaders change public comment policy to curb hate speech. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Video, watch China's futuristic drone in action. U.S. Army just tested new Canadian combat vehicle. German defense firm showcases new air defense system. Hermes unveils autonomous high-speed aircraft. Drone delivers life-saving blood to medics on the battlefield. The next headlines are from SUP China, top news about China. Xi Jinping's greatest hits, so far. Chinese grad student in Chicago killed in shooting. Luo Jialing, aka Liza Hardoon, in the height of global Shanghai. We will not stop, students of Nanjing University protest school's handling of sexual harassment case. Chinese fans leave behind government's video game bashing to celebrate esports team's world title. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Thursday, November 11th, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Why is inflation so high, and how long will it last? 4 arrested in 2019 homicide of Bay Area teen. Veterans Day, how crosses and mementos help these Marines remember fallen comrades. Can at-home COVID tests make my holiday gathering safer? Woman complained soup was too hot, threw it at employee's face, restaurant manager says. Man arrested in connection to several catalytic converter thefts in Hayward. Life-saving stations installed along San Mateo County coast after boy drowns. 44 members of Cal football team test positive for COVID-19. San Francisco elementary staff member fatally struck by car near school. We might get justice, attorney after police raid ex-mayor Dominic Faboli's home. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Spain, volcanic islands banana growers get a lift from Navy. Man earns PhD, fulfills dream of being physicist, at 89. Rittenhouse gives account of shootings, I defended myself. South Africa's last apartheid president F.W. de Klerk dies. Pope urges European solidarity with migrants amid new crisis. Snow on the way, winter weather expected throughout weekend. A look at key points in Kyle Rittenhouse's testimony. Better, Lake Zurich's Lisa Fielding hosts new WBBM News Radio podcast. Dream unrealized, ahead of MLK dinner in Schaumburg, suburbanites say King's dream requires work. Constable, suburbanites say serving in Afghanistan was unique, but bond with veterans is universal. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. What's open, what's closed in Seattle on Veterans Day? Final phase of repairs to West Seattle Bridge begin this month, expect to see crews. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone 421. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Drought is ongoing in Bolivia, Brazil, Peru. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Democratic Republic of Congo. Volcanic eruption is ongoing for La Palma in Spain. Drought is ongoing in Democratic Republic of Congo, Kenya, Somalia, Tanzania, Uganda. Drought is ongoing in United States. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Morocco, Tunisia. Drought is ongoing in Bhutan, China, India, Myanmar. Drought is ongoing in Italy. Drought is ongoing in Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Russia, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Thursday, November 11th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Texas ECWU search digs a new search for victims remains in Houston's most notorious serial killing. Kyle Rittenhouse gives account of shootings in murder trial, defense demands mistrial. Teen, mom involved in homecoming queen vote scandal deny all charges in GMA interview. Will Smith dishes on new Nat Geo series Welcome to Earth, debuting on Disney+. Scams targeting Zelle app users rising as criminals get more creative, how to avoid losing thousands. Driver shot on Beltway refuses help from Good Samaritan, police say. How did Kyle Rittenhouse do on stand-in murder trial? He helped himself, legal experts say. Kyle Rittenhouse takes the stand, key takeaways from day 7 of the trial. Disney Plus passes 118 million subscribers ahead of second anniversary. Travis Scott's attorney says city leaders should stop finger-pointing. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. The stock market is happy, the bond market is showing worry. Meghan apologizes to court for forgetting book discussions. Biden bill includes boost for union-made electric vehicles. Stocks open higher on Wall Street, led by gains in big tech. New anti-doping medication rules for horse racing unveiled. AP analysis, exposure to extreme heat has tripled since 1983. The latest, Austria minister says talks may enter extra time. Study, U.S. shoppers outspend Chinese to restore luxury market. Israeli family seeks to block return of boy to Italy. Rivian about to surpass GM as second most valuable U.S. car maker. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Tearing down the BQE, Bay Ridge subway line, city leaders dreaming big about how to spend federal infrastructure money. Denial, fuzzy memory, and obfuscation, Andrew Cuomo's 11 hours with AG investigators. Extra, shockingly, NYC not among the top 10 most livable cities in world. Agreement on Gowanus rezoning will bring 8,000 new apartments, public housing investment. 200 Madison Avenue lobby, adorned with peacocks and lion heads, landmarked by city. 10,000 young kids vaccinated at NYC schools over 2 days. Behold, the spectacular fall foliage on Governor's Island from above. Coronavirus stats, school edition, tracking outbreaks in NYC education. Early edition, Paul Rudd embraces life as sexiest man of the year. NYC. Removes Donald Trump adopt a highway sign on Henry Hudson Parkway. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. COP26, climate action in agribusiness could reduce emissions by up to 7%. Social movement voices fall on deaf ears of governments at COP26. Tedros calls for new high-level working group to get 40% vaccinated by year's end. UN chief welcomes China's pledge to cooperate on climate action. New UNESCO education report calls for new social contract. Wake-up call to assist Dr. Congo battle food insecurity. Climate change increasing threats in Southwest Pacific, WMO report. COP26, avoiding carbon tunnel vision, action on climate change needs an interconnected response. Era free of fossil fuel-powered vehicles comes into focus at COP26, draft outcome is met with calls for more ambition. UN police better placed for today's challenges to peace and security. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. The metaverse is Big Brother in disguise, freedom meted out by technological tyrants. More than half of U.S. states are soon to stop Biden's COVID-19 vaccine mandate. James O'Keefe reveals details of military-style FBI raid on his home. Highest U.S. inflation since 1990, CPI plus 6.2%. Biden's unhinged socialist banking nominee wants oil, coal, and gas industries to go bankrupt. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Legislation targets historic GI Bill racial inequities. Should a bottle always be put on tires when parked? Does Georgia have no way to verify 2020 presidential election results? Did a man try to save a giant crocodile and find something inside it? Twitter bans Newsmax reporter who promoted debunked satanic COVID-19 theories. Rittenhouse murder case thrown into jeopardy by mistrial bid. Capitol rioter who hit officer gets over 3 years in prison. Prince Harry says he warned Twitter CEO of U.S. Capitol riot. NASA bumps astronaut moon landing to 2025 at earliest. The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Video questioning vaccine efficacy pushes falsehood about Israel data. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. High school football players screamed for help during broomstick hazing. Belarus dictator ups Hunte and Poland border showdown, I'll cut off Europe's natural gas supply. Father and daughter tortured and killed over valuable Stradivarius violins, prosecutor says. GOP ignores its Gaza problem and plots to punish moderates. Shailene Woodley's Aaron Rodgers defense is pure clownery. Embattled GOP senator says a staffer messed up his campaign reports and vanished. We found him in minutes. Trump's GOP has a new murderer's row of accused abusers. J.D. Vance's empathy for Kyle Rittenhouse is revolting. Clifford the Big Red Dog is the best CGI dog I've ever seen. Iran's herd immunity flop is very bad news for these U.S. states. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Morgan Wallen speaks out after CMA Awards ban, Album of the Year loss. After Harvey Weinstein horrors, his ex-employee crusades to ban NDAs. Police release dramatic 911 calls after deadly crash involving Henry Ruggs III. Carrie Underwood side-eyes Luke Bryan over Aaron Rodgers joke at CMA Awards 2021. Lala Kent speaks out on Randall Emmett breakup, I'm burning the bridge. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Long trips to space linked to possible brain damage. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Video shows grizzly, 4 cubs strolling through tourist town. US and China release new joint climate pledge. Crew Dragon astronauts launch for busy 6 months in space. SpaceX and NASA launch new crew to space station. Murder hornets cause bees to make fear screams. Magic and Cookie Johnson on surviving HIV, stopping the stigma and building an empire. How to watch longest partial lunar eclipse. Pfizer asks FDA to authorize COVID-19 booster shots for all adults. COVID cases spike across Europe. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Judge gives final approval of $626 million settlement for victims of Flint water crisis. Houston police admit Astroworld security guard wasn't injected with needle. SpaceX makes history with Wednesday's manned launch to International Space Station. Travis Scott's lawyer decries finger-pointing after Astroworld deaths. Massachusetts woman nearly loses leg after developing deadly condition following high-intensity spin class. Jerry Douglas, the young and the restless star, dies at age 88. Chris Stapleton takes 6 CMA awards, Luke Combs wins top prize. Aussie man escapes jaws of crocodile by stabbing it with pocket knife. Attorney drops pants at Pittsburgh court metal detector, gets arrested. Coolio partners with Hormel to promote free, bacon-scented wrapping paper. The following headlines are from military.com. Disabled veterans wage fight against child porn and exploitation. Russia sends nuclear-capable bombers on patrol over Belarus. Military failing to provide required help for victims of sexual assault and abuse, watchdog finds. Cold War veterans in Rhode Island are now eligible for property tax exemption. National parks offer free admission to everyone on Veterans Day. First Lady, coalition vow to step up support for hidden helpers. Israel readying for possible Iran conflict, officials say. 100 years of the tomb of the unknown soldier. U.S. presses Russia over troop buildup along Ukraine border. Militaries around the world are severely underreporting carbon emissions, researchers say. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Kyle Rittenhouse case, the shooting, the arrest and the fallout as his trial continues in Kenosha. Northside resident, CCL holder fatally shoots would-be catalytic converter thief. Daywatch, will Illinois see yet another COVID wave as holidays approach? Kyle Rittenhouse testifies, I was trying to defend myself. Kenneth Branagh on his new film Belfast. Highest of honors, on Veterans Day, former guard of the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier to attend its centennial events. I arrived a few minutes too late, says doctor who tried to save international student killed in Hyde Park. Clyde Emmerich, the NFL's first full-time strength coach, and known as the legend by the Chicago Bears, dies at age 90. Kyle Rittenhouse takes the stand in emotional day at Kenosha murder trial, I was trying to defend myself. Chicago Park District presents 2022 budget recommendations, including a new Office of Protection. As holidays approach, latest rise in Illinois coronavirus cases could mark the beginning of yet another wave. Chicago Park District Board President Davis Lavelle resigns in the wake of criticism of lifeguard sexual abuse investigation. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Scientists appeal for immediate climate action at COP26. SARS-CoV-2 uses sugars to invade human cells. Laser-pelted, citric acid-washed copper could boost heat transfer. COP26, plastic pollution trackers released off Scotland. Future climate risks in the UK mapped out in detail on new website. New Peruvian bird discovered, the vivid yellow anti-tanager. Why are people who've experienced natural disasters still skeptical about climate change? UN chief says global warming goal on life support. Analysis, exposure to extreme heat has tripled since 1983. Indonesia's capital Jakarta is sinking, how to stop it? Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Thursday, November 11th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. The ancient art of raising turkeys. Yes, Galileo actually said that. 5 endangered animals you should meet. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Japan closes in on qualifying group leaders in Asia. Education, religious groups gain most from giving strategy. Coronavirus Daily News Updates, November 11th, what to know today about COVID-19 in the Seattle area, Washington State and the world. Jockeys hurt after lights go out during race in Grants Pass. Your home renovation may require an insurance update, here's why. How to replace wired smoke detectors, and prevent them from chirping. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Winter is coming, COVID spiked last holiday season, Governor Newsom reminds California. High school football Week 12 preview, top CCS, NCS playoff matchups, schedule. Fantasy football, what 49ers to start and sit against the Rams? Daly City homicide, mother shot in home with 4-year-old nearby. Thanksgiving sides, A chef's take on creamed spinach. Elon Musk sells $5 billion of Tesla stock after Twitter poll. 7 awesome Bay Area things to do this weekend, November 12th to 14th. Ducks GM Bob Murray resigns, will begin alcohol abuse treatment. Longtime Bay Area News Group reporter Peter Hegarty dies at 56. COVID, California's fully vaccinated rate drops from 73% to 66.3% as kids 5-11 vaccine eligibility is factored in. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. VP Harris takes heat for awkward French accent in lab tour. Wizards Kuzma to Cavs hecklers, Cleveland is nothing without LeBron. Former NJ Governor Chris Christie needles Donald Trump over 2020 loss. Kamala Harris, France wants to join the Artemis Accords, a major space exploration pact. DC volunteers send comfort kits to women in domestic violence shelters. Joe Biden announces effort to ID toxic air issues in veterans. UN says number of displaced people worldwide tops 84 million. UN chief says global warming goal on life support. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's son, Adam Abdul-Jabbar, sentenced for stabbing neighbor. F.W. de Klerk, South Africa's last apartheid president, dies. The next headlines are from The Intercept. During Brazil's dictatorship, companies helped suppress democracy. Will they do it again? Inflation is good for you. A right-wing brawler asked a court to protect him from an anti-fascist's tweets. How climate activists push the left edge of the possible. Strike wave, workers flex their muscle in tight labor market. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Thursday, November 11th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Man charged with carjacking Chicago radio host in the South Loop. Veterans Day 2021 deals for free meals, discounts and more. How one Southwest Side Health Center is leading Chicago on kids' COVID vaccinations. Van believed connected to woman's murder in Wheeling and disappearance of one-year-old daughter is found abandoned in Missouri. Illinois Rep. Lauren Underwood undergoing surgery to remove uterine fibroids. 2 people killed, 3 others wounded in shootings in Chicago Wednesday. Blackhawks Dylan Strome rejuvenated by new chapter under Derek King. Shabana Muskie transmitter steady tops go and show, and ice fishing show, Cook County permits reservations. Dear Abby, man employs son but ridicules him behind his back. 16-year-old boy charged with murder of Zion woman struck by stray bullet inside home. The next headlines are from the Times of India. Gaganyaan manned mission will finally be launched in 2023. India has not accepted illegal Chinese occupation of its territory. Complaint against King Anna for comments over India's freedom. Gorakhpur host deaths, suspended Dr. Kafil Khan sacked. T20 WC semi-final live score, Pakistan vs Australia. Rogue rose over Khurshid's remarks on Hindutva in Ayodhya book. India vs NZ, Roba to skip tests, Rahane to lead in first test. Apple CEO, move to Android to sideload apps, what it is. T20 WC Hive, Pakistan lose Babar after a strong start. In pics, best red carpet moments from CMA Awards 2021. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Thursday, November 11th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. James Click's performance grade for the 2021 season. Things to do, Tejon Street Corner Thieves and Amigo the Devil, Secret Group, November 15th, 2021. Things to do, upcoming food and drink events November. Best bets the week of November 11th to 17th, 2021. Dine-in or takeout deals for Thanksgiving 2021. Preview, Churches at White Oak Music Hall, Houston, November 9, 2021. What are the chances the Astros retain their free agents? Things to do, Gus Clark and the least of his problems perform at Continental Club. What FDR had that Biden doesn't? How accessible are Houston's theaters? The next headlines are about world records making news. Ishnala sells record number of old fashions, goes for Guinness World Record, Yahoo News. Eric Domingo Roldan, find out about his Guinness World Record, Runner's World, UK. Venezuelan triple jumper aiming to repeat record year, Reuters. World's record food bill is hitting poorer countries hardest, Bloomberg. Mexico City sets world record for free Wi-Fi hotspots, Tech Explorer. Jay Leno's world record in a Tesla Model S Plaid has been broken, Clean Technica. Paddler aims to set new world record in low Carib challenge, Comet Tribune Group. New world record, Telenor employees write e-learning history, Globe Newswire. French balloonist attempts to set world record by standing on hot air balloon, X. Hard graft, backyard gardener claims world record for tree bearing 10 different fruits, The Guardian Australia. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Saladin Ahmed and Megan Levin's new comic star signs is for the astrology heads. Updates from Star Wars Andor, Ms. Marvel, and more. I love this smart alarm clock. Hey, we might not die. 9 questionable kitchen appliances to give those who suffer from too much counter space. These surreal Indian festival photos reveal a huge environmental problem. Germany reports new record of 50,000 COVID-19 cases in single day. Elon Musk sells $5 billion in Tesla shares following Twitter poll. Apple lets you scan for evil AirTags that might be hovering nearby in iOS 15.2 beta. Disney's ridiculous Star Wars hotel is sold out for 4 months, despite ridiculousness. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Mariatal in Namibia at 109.76 degrees Fahrenheit or 43.2 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Vostok in Antarctica at minus 68.62 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 55.9 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Subaru shows off its first electric vehicle, the Solterra SUV. Researchers wait 12 months to report vulnerability with 9.8 out of 10 severity rating. Rad powers Radwagon 4, a great e-bike at a surprisingly low price. SpaceX is beginning to get the hang of human spaceflight. White House hails vaccine mandates as number of unvaccinated drops 40%. Watch live, NASA's Crew 3 mission set to launch on a Falcon 9 rocket. Apple will no longer break Face ID on repaired iPhone 13s. More than 1,000 Android phones found infected by creepy new spyware. Valve delays Steam Deck launch 2 months to February 2022. Senator Lindsey Graham, I will do everything in my power to block Biden FCC pick. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Trump is in legal peril due to this key detail in conspiracy law analysis. Mike Lindell interviews Donald Trump ahead of his Thanksgiving push to overturn last year's election. Iowa state trooper is facing federal charges for violent arrest and could get 10 years in prison. Watch, Carl Bernstein explains why angry Pence team may flip on Trump and cooperate. Trump warns we will come back in self-pitying Veterans Day rant. Republicans caught manipulating videos to lie in early 2022 campaign ads. Gun-loving Trump supporters are amassing shock troops to attack democracy, former firearms exec. Strangely AWOL, legal experts express concern about Department of Justice's handling of the Trump investigation. Absolutely places he shouldn't go, Trump aides pushing 2022 stay-away strategy behind the scenes. South Africa's last apartheid president F.W. de Klerk dies. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. The furriest, cleverest, and hands-down cutest way to fight climate change. A Capitol rioter was just sentenced to 41 months in prison. GOP megadonor announces plans to fundraise for Joe Manchin. What's with all these fossil fuel lobbyists at UN climate talks? Democrats are still trying to figure out how to talk about Taiwan and China. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. The impossible planet being observed by 2 Nobel laureates, LPAR in English. How scientists could tell the world if they find alien life, Scientific American. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. New biomarkers could help determine synaptic damage and neurodegeneration in Alzheimer's, News Medical Net. Psilocybin therapy boosts cognitive and neural flexibility in depressed patients, study finds, SciPost. Fragile X theory falters on amygdala test, Spectrum. Repeated listening to favorite music induces beneficial brain plasticity in Alzheimer's patients, News Medical Net. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. Global tech-driven drug discovery and development company, OncoCoin AG to launch Amarit, a Bitcoin-like crypto token for patients in India, Puniker News. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Thursday, November 11th, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Thursday, November 11th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News.8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno@xenomails 2021 by News.8. All rights reserved.